Tarantula is one of the better linear fusion rifles in the loot pool, and it's the timely addition given the buff to linear fusion rifles coming in Season of the Splicer. Well, today I'm going to have a look at Tarantula, the weapon stats, the god rolls to chase, as well as how to get Tarantula in Destiny 2. Well, if you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. Well, Tarantula is a legendary power linear fusion rifle that deals arc damage. It's got a precision frame, meaning it fires a long-range precision energy bolt. And this weapon's recoil pattern is much more predictably vertical. For PvE, Feeding Frenzy and Wellspring would be a good role. For PvP, Moving Target and Snapshot Sights would be the role to go after. And the most popular role out there in the community at the moment is Feeding Frenzy and Dragonfly for those elemental damage explosions. Moving Target and Rampage is another popular role, and finally, Moving Target and Box Breathing is a really good one too, so it looks like Moving Target is very popular. Well, next up, let's have a look at how to get Tarantula in Destiny 2, and to get this one, it's in the loot pool introduced as part of Season of the Chosen, and it's available through the Chosen loot drops via the Prismatic Recaster and the Umbral Engram, and you can find the Prismatic Recaster in the Helm. What you want to do, if you pick up an Umbral Engram out there in the wild, they are the purple engrams that you can find about the place. Take them to the Prismatic Recaster and hopefully you'll get Tarantula to drop for you. And I have seen this one drop for me at the end of Strikes, Nightfalls, and also Battlegrounds too. So I think there's plenty of ways to get this linear fusion rifle. Well, Bungie gave us an update recently about linear fusion rifles, and they're getting a buff in Season of the Splicer. So Bungie said that linear fusion rifles are an unpopular choice in PvE, largely because other weapons do the intended job, so single targets sustain damage. So other weapons do this better or more efficiently without the requirement of landing all precision hits. And Bungie say they want to keep the LFRs focused on precision damage, but decide to increase the precision damage to make them more competitive and increase reserves to give them more staying power. But Bungie did go on to say they've seen plenty of suggestions to move some or all of the LFRs out the heavy slot, but that is a substantial amount of work and a balanced risk for PvP due to the difficulty of balancing sniper rifles as instant shot weapons against LFRs with a charge time, and they have wildly varying flinch and aim assist values, and it also reduces the weapon diversity in the heavy slot. It is still possible for some time in the future though, if tuning them as heavy weapons doesn't have the desired effect. So the buff is as follows: we get increased precision damage by 15% and increased reserve ammo by 20%. So now is the perfect time to get a few linear fusion rifles, and I definitely recommend Tarantula being one of those. So Tarantula and Threaded Needle, that one comes from Battlegrounds. They're both really good, and if you're looking for something in the legendary range rather than an exotic, then you can't really go wrong with Tarantula. Well, before we go today, I'd like to have a look at the Tarantula lore, and the lore is some of the most interesting storytelling in Destiny 2, and it can be hidden away sometimes in lore tabs on armor and weapons. So I do like to talk about the lore whenever I look at a weapon or a piece of armor. So we've got Tarantula lore: no one will escape my web. You can't be serious, Aha. Nothing. You couldn't even scrape off a little stone to bring me? Aha shook his head. The spider asked for information, he answered in Elixir, but Cabal have found nothing, and how salvation is still scattered. I know what I asked for, and you know better than to return to me empty-handed. At least, I thought you knew. Spider narrowed his eyes at his trembling associate. I do, the Spider. I have information, but not about darkness. I saw the crow tailing the golem and his crew. The Vanguard has him sniffing around Balius, So we do have something to trade with the Empress after all. Not that it will do her any good. My little bird is devilishly hard to catch. Spider leaned forward. Now, he would have gotten me something useful from Europa. You might have learned from him. Yes, the Spider, Ara nodded vigorously. The faint sounds of revelry drifted in from down the hall where the other associates were enjoying their week's earnings. Avrok already told me about the Crow's new assignment as a Vanguard agent. Apparently, he's placed quite the wager on one of the Cabal's silly rights, the Spider chuckled. Avrok should have dared him to bet his freedom. Could stand to win my whole trove. He's that valuable. Yes, the Spider, Aha repeated. and out of the corner of his eye he could see his share of ether waiting in the corner. "Oh, take your wages and go. I ought to dock you for bringing me nothing, but I'm feeling generous this week." Spider's voice dropped into a growl. "Remember, I'm good to you, Aha." Aha nodded as he scrambled to gather his ether tanks and get out. Finally alone, the spider sat back in his throne. "It's Crow, really, that needs the reminder," he mused aloud. "I wonder how I might give it to him." Well, as always, really interesting stuff there from the lore, and it's good to see a little insight into the spider and how he deals with the Elixni. Well, let me know down in the comments what you think of that linear fusion rifle buff, and also what you think of Tarantula and what roles you've got. Well, that is it for this guide on how to get Tarantula in Destiny 2, and as always, thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you want to join the community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Thanks again. See you soon.
Not too shabby, Guardian. This should buy us some time before the Cabal defectors regroup.
Hey, Crow. Well, we got a minute? I've been meaning to ask. How's it feel to be a hero?
Come again?
Zavala. Everybody's talking about what went down at that treaty.
What did you hear? How much did they blow what I did out of proportion?
They're saying you took a knife for him.
You know me, Holiday. Always looking to make a good impression.
Well, you sure impressed me. For what that's worth.
You want to get a drink?